Softball Regionals presented by Capital One. Welcome everybody to the Magnolia State. Game 1 of the 2019 Oxford Regional, and it hits the champions of the OVC up against the Sun Belt as Sotheast Mossuri takes on Louisiana. The Oxford Regional shakes out like this here in 2019. We've got two teams who have won 45 or more games going at it in Game 1 later on today. The 11th seed nationally, Ole Miss, will take on Chattanooga out of the SoCon. Welcome inside the booth, everybody. Seth Austin alongside Missy Dickerson. Missy, we started out this season with about 300 teams with aspirations of playing on this weekend. We've got a field of 64. As a former player and coach, what is this weekend like?
Well, this is excitement. This is what you play all season for, and to be a part of that 64 teams, it's an amazing feeling. But you have to go out there and lay it all out on the line. You got to relax and just play like you've been playing all season.
Well, if you're not familiar with Ohio Valley softball, you're in for a treat seeing the center fielder go at it for the Red Hawks here this weekend. The junior, Rachel Anderson, she's been all OVC all 3 seasons with the Red Hawks. This year she was named Conference Player of the Year. Boy, is she special.
She sure is. She's one of their best players. She's an emotional leader. She leads on the field. And what better person can you ask for these SEMO Red Hawks?
You see all these numbers offensively, but if we're talking offense, we've got to talk about Louisiana. 9 players hitting 300 or better on the season. 2 of them have some big game experience. Keely Milligan, Sarah Hudek, the Texas A&M transfers. They've played in a World Series with Texas A&M. That experience is going to help them.
Oh, it absolutely does. And Louisiana has so much tradition, but they just bring that something extra that's going to help lead this team.
Game 1 of the Oxford Regional coming your way next. We'll have starting lineups and first pitch when we return as the Red Hawks do battle with the Ragin Cajuns. Welcome back to Oxford, Mississippi. Game 1 of the 2019 Regional here in town. The 45-win Southeast Mossuri Red Hawks taking on the 50-win Louisiana Ragin Cajuns. Well, if you're a Cajun fan, you can expect 500 days of summer here, right in the hot arm of Summer Ellison, the junior ace who has been fantastic this season, the Sun Belt Pitcher of the Year, pitched all 21 innings in the Sun Belt tournament. Man, she can whip that thing in there, can't she?
She sure can, and we talked to Jerry Glasgow, and she's the horse, and they're going to ride her as long as she can go. She's got throws 62 to 64. She's got a rise, curve, drop, and change, and she's got the ability to adapt with her pitches.
249 innings and change on the season, 324 strikeouts for the junior from Lafayette. Let's take a look at the starting lineups presented by Capital One here for game number 1. Here's how the Red Hawks will try to attack Ellison in the circle. Look no further than the senior leaders up top, Michaela Arianes and Sarah Messick, who has never missed a start in her SEMO career at shortstop.
Yeah, how about that? That's an amazing accomplishment.
It's a good position to have senior leadership at as well. Louisiana 50-4 on the year. They've won 27 straight. Ellison, a big part of that. She'll rock and fire the first pitch of the regional in there for a called strike, and we're underway here in our regional in Mississippi. Michaela Arianes, 356 on the season for the senior right fielder. Arianes, the OVC tournament MVP, as the Red Hawks took down Jacksonville State twice on championship Saturday. Ellison attacking the zone early on, the count 1-2. Easy play for out number 1 as Cassidy Shomo gets it over. Second baseman for Louisiana. Here's the aforementioned Sarah Messick, senior from Sullivan, Missouri. 214 straight starts at shortstop. Ties the program record. Renee Kurtz from 2009 to 2012 made 214 straight starts as well, and Messick with another game in this regional will have that record all to herself.
I just think that's so tremendous for her to be able to do something like that, especially at the shortstop position where you have a lot of action day in and day out, and to not miss with an injury or anything like that, it's just incredible.
Sarah's hitting 295 here in 2019. The 1-1 offering from Ellison. Ten home runs, 31 runs batted in. Top one, Ellison behind 3-1 here. Messick thought she had her bag. Picking up ball 4 instead. A called strike on the outside corner. That'll fill up the count. Tom Meyer behind the dish. Steve Gold at first. Laura Nesteriak at second, and Jim Cooper, our third base umpire today. Swing and a miss. Ellison picks up her first strikeout of the regional.
Yeah, and just a great job by Ellison. She takes this pitch, this rise ball, and just it climbs the ladder, and Messick just can't catch up with it.
Ellison, third nationally in strikeouts, 7th in the country in hits per 7 innings pitched. Looking to go 1-2-3 to start off game number 1 today. That'll be tough to do. She'll face Rachel Anderson for the first time. Eye-popping numbers, 455 the batting average, 553 the on-base percentage. She's gonna wear that one off the elbow guard, so SEMO has their first base runner of the day.
I'm sure Ellison wanted to try and establish the inside pitch on Anderson. Just comes in a little bit too tight, gets her on the arm. Thank goodness for those arm guards.
7th hit batter for Ellison here in 2019. Here comes the big stick for the Red Hawks. Ashley Ellis, the first baseman. Looking for something she can put in the gap. 59 runs batted in for the junior from Arnold, Missouri. At 59, the best in the Ohio Valley Conference. Pretty off-speed pitch there, evens things out 1-1. Rawls checking in now with Anderson down at first base. Junior has stolen 23 bags here this season. Ellis, end of the stick there, evens the count out 2-2.
Ellison really working the outside pitch on Ellis, or the outside part of the plate on Ellis.
Ellison, a pair of strikeouts here in inning number 1. It'll keep SEMO scoreless as we head to the home half for the Ragin Cajuns. Welcome back to the Ole Miss Softball Complex. Southeast Missouri and Louisiana scoreless as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Pair of 9s going after each other in the circle today. Rachel Rook, the starter for Mark Redburn's Red Hawks, sophomore from Republic, Missouri, one of the best high school pitchers in the state of Missouri's history. What are we going to see from Rachel today, Missy?
Well, she throws anywhere from 64 to 65. She's got a rise, a bit of a curve, and a change. And she's been the 50-50 starter to closer. Last year, she was their closer, and this year, she's worked herself into the starting lineup.
High hopes for Rachel. She makes her 14th start on the season. Here's the Ragin Cajun starting lineups presented by Capital One. Keely Milligan, we told you about her, the Texas A&M transfer. The other Sarah Hudek will bat 5th. Keep your eye on Lexi Como out of the 7th spot. Boy, the alarm clock went off for her last year during regional play, and they're going to look to see if the DP can make it happen again here in 2019. Milligan will bat left-handed here for Louisiana. She watches that pitch sail high out of the zone. Milligan, the senior from Vidor, Texas, not too far from Lafayette. Just a short trip down I-10. Said her first camp she visited when being a prospect was the Louisiana Ragin Cajuns. Count 2-0 here to the senior right fielder. She's going to wait for Rook to throw a strike here, isn't she?
Oh, absolutely. Rook, may have a little nerves going on out there, but she just needs to calm herself down and find the zone.
See if she can hit it here, the 3-0. 4-pitch walk given up to Milligan, and keep your eyes on number 4 at first base, second in the nation in stolen bases with 69. You let her on, it's almost like giving her a double.
Well, and Louisiana is so good, you just don't want to give them any extra to use against you, and to allow a freebie with the first batter of the game is not something Rook wanted to do.
Apologies, 59 stolen bases for Milligan. One away from becoming the first in program history with 60. There's the senior third baseman, Kara Grimion, hitting .347 in her final year with the Cajuns. Rook yet to throw a strike, and we've got a quick meeting as Mark Redburn heads out. What is he telling his sophomore right now? This is not what you anticipate. 6 straight balls to begin this game.
No, and like I said, I think there might be some nerves going on, but he's just going to go out there and try and get her to relax and just do what she's been doing this season. And that was a big thing when we talked to him yesterday is, don't do anything different. Just go out there, play relaxed, do your thing.
Mark Redburn, his 5th season at Southeast Mossuri, 136 wins. He's got 300 wins in his coaching career. 2019 OVC Coach of the Year. Let's see if the words of wisdom will help out Rachel Rook. 35th appearance in the circle for the sophomore. And that's 7 straight balls now for the sophomore.
Yeah, nice job by Donald to pick that. Otherwise, Milligan would have definitely been at second base.
First strike of the afternoon there. 3-1 now as Rachel Rook finds the zone. Rook made 3 appearances during the OVC tournament. 9 innings, went 1-1, 7 hits, 1 run, 7 strikeouts. Back-to-back strikes here, fills up the count.
Yeah, nice job by Rook to just fight her way back.
Great job by Rook here. A chance for 2 almost as Ellis makes that grab at first base. Milligan was on the hit and run. She was almost at third.
Yeah, and great job by Ellis. Just a little bit too far off to reach her leg over to get the double play. But great heads-up job by Ellis.
Milligan's got the wheels. You could see it there. The ball wasn't jammed and popped up in foul territory. You never know where she would have wound up.
But how about Rook to fight her way back, being down 3-0 in the count, throwing 7 straight balls and just finding it. So whatever Coach Redburn said, it worked.
Julie Rawls, the junior catcher, 373 on the year. Rawls, the native of Hallsville, Texas, started her collegiate softball career at Northwestern State before transferring in. Has been a big contributor to Coach Jerry Glasgow's squad. Lines one the other way. It's hooking in foul territory, and it'll drop.
Well, Jerry Glasgow has gotten several transfers this year that have just had huge impacts for his team.
Transfers from Texas Tech, Texas A&M, Oklahoma. There's Jerry Glasgow, year number 2 as the Ragin Cajuns head coach, trying to lead this team out of the Oxford Regional. Right now he's trying to get his catcher to put a ball out into the grass here with a runner on. Rook's thinking otherwise. The 2-2 comes inside. And that one catches Rawls on the hand, giving the Cajuns a second base runner here in the first.
Rook doing the same thing that Ellison did for Louisiana, just trying to find that inside part of the plate, and just gets a little bit too much.
Now batting shortstop, Alyssa Dalton.
There's another one of those transfers we were mentioning, Alyssa Dalton. The Oklahoma transfer hitting .403 this season. Was named Conference Player of the Year. Those numbers certainly look like an MVP of a league. Milligan walked. Rawls hit by a pitch. Represent the runners at second and first. Here's the 1-0 from Rook. Runner goes down to third. The throw will get Milligan and deal with the lead runner. What a play by Donald behind the dish.
Yeah, nice job, and great job by Messick to get over to third base to cover that. Just taking chances here with Milligan on the steal, and Donald just makes a great throw to Messick to get the out at third base.
What an effort there, as you said, by Messick. And then Rook answers that with a strike to move the count to 2-1. Dalton still has a runner in scoring position. It's Rawls who took off from first to second. Dalton lifts it towards left field. Getting back is Gallo for out number 3. We're scoreless after 1. We'll see Barnowski, Bandy, and Donald next at the plate. Don't miss a minute of the action from the NCAA Softball Regionals. We'll take you to the best live action on the Bases Loaded channel on the ESPN app. You can see every game and every big moment on the road to the Women's College World Series only on the ESPN networks. 2019 regional here in Oxford. Here's the tournament format. We've got 64 teams in the field. 32 of them are automatic bids. 32 are at-large selections. It's a 4-team double elimination tournament with 16 national seeds hosting each regional. Then the 16 teams that come out of each regional will move on to the Super Regionals. Lucky for you, you can catch every game on the ESPN app. Seth Austin, Misty Dickerson bringing you the action from Oxford here this weekend. Good first inning between SEMO and Louisiana. We're scoreless. Summer Ellison will get back to work facing Addison Barnowski, the junior from O'Fallon, Illinois. .354 on the season for the third baseman. Barnowski has started all 62 games at third base for the Red Hawks here in 2019. There's the 1-1 pitch from Ellison off the plate for ball number 2. Was a member of the Ohio Valley Conference All-Tournament team where she hit .500. 6 runs batted in, another 2 scored herself. Rolls one to short. That's where Alyssa Dalton is, and she throws it over to Courtney Grimion for out number 1. Dalton, such a strong shortstop. Sun Belt Player of the Year. Does it both offensively and defensively for the Ragin Cajuns. There's the Red Hawks second baseman, Parker Bandy. She looks at a strike on the inside part of the plate. .250 on the season for the second baseman from Springfield, Illinois. And she's behind 0-2. Ellison defends the position, 2 down here in the second.
Making it look easy so far.
Here's the 6-hole hitter, Rachel Donald. We saw her make an excellent play throwing down to third to catch Keely Milligan trying to steal a bag. Fouls this one back and out of play to start her first at bat. Donald making her 15th straight start behind the plate. See if she can get something going offensively for the Red Hawks. The 1-1 offering from Summer Ellison. Down in the dirt. She'll get it back. 2 balls and 1 strike. Red Hawks came into the tournament batting .305 as a team. Good for the 32nd best batting average in the country. But facing a Louisiana staff that has the 2nd best ERA nationally, 1.37. But Ellison will give up another free base here as Donald takes the bag at first with 2 outs. Second straight inning. The Red Hawks have gotten a free pass with 2 down. Kaylee Anderson, the DP, hitting .243 with a homer, 19 runs batted in. Also serves as a pitcher for Sotheast Mossuri. She'll look at a strike right down Broadway, count 0-1. Ball gets away from the catcher, Rawls. Donald's going to take second. And now SEMO with a chance here. Runner in scoring position with 2 down. Rawls, a converted outfielder, playing behind the plate. She's done a great job for Louisiana this season. And with the runner in position, Mark Redburn is going to go to the bench. He's got Mackenzie Long, the senior from Lee's Summit, Missouri. Served as a pinch runner twice during the OVC tournament. She scored 2 runs over that span. We'll see number 18 in red can come on home and give Southeast Missouri the lead. Right now the count 1-1 from Ellison. Anderson's gonna foul it back behind 1 and 2. Runner in scoring position, no problem for Summer Ellison. Strikeout number 3 for the junior. Missy, she's working early.
She sure is. She's hitting her spots. She's going up in the zone to get these Red Hawk hitters.
Set the scene for you in this 2019 NCAA softball tournament as we build on another exciting road to Oklahoma City. Florida State trying to repeat here in 2019. They'd be the 5th school to win back-to-back titles since 2000. They got off to a good start, winning their first game of the NCAA tournament. The SEC gets all 13 teams in again, 6 of the 16 national seeds. And the Pac-12 looking to snap a drought. They haven't won a national championship since Arizona State did it in 2011, the longest drought in Pac-12 history. See what Rachel Rook can continue to do here. Bottom 2, Seth Austin, Missy Dickerson. Winner of this game advances to face the winner of our second game today. Ole Miss taking on Chattanooga. The Florida State won. They're up 6-0 in the bottom of the 5th. Well on their way to taking game 1 against Bethune-Cookman. South Florida took game 1 against South Carolina in the Tallahassee Regional.
How about Tulsa beating Arkansas yesterday?
Taking down Arkansas, now Oklahoma State. The come-from-behind win, a Cheyenne Factor grand slam to put them on top against Tulsa today. And then Samantha Shao doing what she does best, which you could say is hitting the long ball, but I'm talking about the bat flipping.
Right, yeah, she does both pretty well, pitch and hit.
So Oklahoma State on to their championship. They started yesterday, of course, because of BYU being in their regional.
Correct. BYU can't play any games on Sunday, so they had to start a day early.
Here's the newcomer of the year in the Sun Belt Conference, Sarah Hudek. SEC fans quite familiar with the outfielder for Louisiana. Career hits in NCAA tournament play. Looking for 21 as she sends this one back to the wall. It's coming away from the warning track. Gallo went all the way, felt for the wall, got back, moving forward, and is able to make the grab.
Yeah, how about that catch? Just finding the wall, going back, and just a great catch. Doing what good outfielders should do.
Gallo, junior from Arnold, Missouri. Her 40th straight start. She's been the left fielder for the Red Hawks in all but 4 this season. Raina O'Neal, the sophomore, hitting .323 this season. Native of Richmond, Texas. Turns on that one, a nice play by Ellis. And she'll waltz over to the bag for out number 2.
Yeah, Ellis been active so far this game with that pop fly, and then now that hard ground ball. Doing a great job over there.
Lexi Como looks at strike number 1. How about the season she had a year ago in the Baton Rouge Regional? Ragin Cajuns lost their first game to Houston, battled back, and then had to play the Cougars again, and Como put the team on her back with a pair of home runs in the elimination game. She was on fire for Louisiana.
Yeah, just a tremendous hitter. There's a reason why she's the DP in this lineup.
Mind you, 320 the average, 42 runs batted in out of the 7 spot.
Yeah, amazing. But we talked about it, 1 through 9 is hitting over 300.
A wealth of offensive prowess for Jerry Glasgow's squad.
But that's something that Jerry Glasgow's been known for is his hitting. And he just does such a tremendous job with his hitters, and you can see it at the stops that he's been at Georgia, at Texas A&M, now here at Louisiana. He knows his stuff, that's for sure.
We'll count 1 and 2 here to the DP. Remember, Rachel Rook started this game throwing 7 straight balls, back in command of her stuff. Looking at for out number 3 here in the second frame.
Well, when we talked to Coach Mark Redburn yesterday, he was really high on her. He had talked about last year that she became the closer for his staff, and this year he wanted to work her into a starting role, and so she's done that 50-50 and just done a great job.
Huge strikeout there to end the frame, the first of the day for Rachel Rook. We'll come back for the 3rd inning here in Oxford. You're watching the NCAA Softball Regionals presented by Capital One. Game 1 of the Oxford Regional between Southeast Mossuri and Louisiana. Scoreless and hitless through 2 frames of action. 9-1-2 coming to the plate for SEMO. That's Claudia Gallo, the junior who we saw make a great play out in left field, tracking the ball. Hitting .322 here in her junior season. Second team all OVC. If you're a SEMO fan, it shouldn't surprise you the play she made out in left field. She caught both fly balls against Jacksonville State in those 2 games to end the OVC tournament. Johnny on the spot at all times out in left field. Here comes Summer Ellison, inside corner for strike 2. Three pitches and a strikeout of Gallo. Chalk up another one for the Sun Belt Pitcher of the Year.
Yeah, again, she's just climbing the ladder, using that rise ball, and these Red Hawks just can't lay off of that pitch.
That's 4 now for Ellison. Career ERA 1.32, now 571 strikeouts, making her 42nd start on the season. Top of the order now for the Red Hawks. Arianes shows the bunt, pulls it back. Count will be 1-1 to the senior. She struck out swinging to start this game off. Looking for a better result here in the 3rd. Apologies, Arianes grounded out to second base to begin the game. Ariana's 500 hitter during the OVC tournament. 5 runs, 8 runs driven in with 4 walks. See what she can do with the count at 1 and 2. Spoils another one. We'll try it again.
She just had just a little bit of a great tournament.
Anytime you can go 1 for 1, 500 hitter, get on base with the walk, play some stellar defense, you'll take it.
Absolutely.
She gets all of this one out to right field. Over the fence it goes. The first hit of the regional is a home run from the senior Michaela Arianes. 1-0 SEMO.
Well, there was no mistaking that ball going out of the park. She just got all of that. Just a great job right in the zone. And Arianes just drilled it.
One more look. Picture perfect out to right center field. Was aiming for her picture on the Jumbotron, wasn't she?
Must have been, but what a carryover from the conference tournament to today.
How much fun does SEMO have to be having? 20 years, the last time they were in the NCAA tournament. Most of these kids on this team weren't alive when Sotheast Mossuri went to the dance.
I think it was 4 of them, something like that. But yeah, in talking to Coach Mark Redburn yesterday, they're very excited to be here and just very proud to be representing after 20 years. But in talking to him, you know, they're just going to keep it simple. Just go out there and do what they've been doing all year long. And he used the term P, passion, enthusiasm, excitement, and you can see it in their play. You saw it yesterday at their practice, and you see it today. They're just having a blast. Passion,
enthusiasm, the things you can control about yourself is what he wants to do. He says we can't control what the team across from us' record is going to be, whether their pitcher is going to have their best stuff. What we can control is, do we want to be there, or are we going to do the things we prepared for?
That's right. And he talked about how close this team was and how well they got along. And, you know, anytime you can have that kind of cohesiveness, it just brings so much more to the table for your program.
See if Messick can keep things rolling.
And in all honesty, that's been the trend for every team this weekend that's here, is the tight-knit group, the closeness of every program that we talked to yesterday.
I'm sure you've played on some talented teams that didn't get along, and I'm sure you played on teams that weren't as talented, that were close, and if you look back at the end of the season, the ones that you were close, you may have pushed a little further.
Yeah, I mean, we did. It's a little bit different now than it was back then. You have more players. You have, you know, kids from a lot of different areas and different backgrounds, and pretty much everybody that I played with was from Southern California. So we had an Aussie and mostly California girls. So we had all played against each other or knew of each other. So it was nice.
Strikeout number 5 from Ellison. One more look at it as she comes inside to sit down the shortstop, Messick.
And she's got Messick twice now.
It's a good bounce back after the home run.
Absolutely.
Doesn't miss by much there, but the count 1-0 to Rachel Anderson. Another Red Hawk she struck out in the first. How about that from Rachel Anderson? Laying down the bunt and putting herself on with 2 outs.
Yeah, we talked about her in the beginning, being a leader on this team, and boy, she just places that bunt, and what speed she's got. She's a true leader of this Red Hawk team.
Second time she's been aboard, hit by a pitch the first time up. It was Ellis who struck out in the first inning as she takes her second hacks at the plate, looking for space in right field. Count will be no balls, 1 strike to the first baseman. Ellis hitting .335 in her junior campaign. 162 career starts for number 26. Ellis behind 0-2. Ellis versus Ellison. Takes a look at that one and sits down. Ellison's 6th strikeout, but it was Michaela Arianes with the big bomb to right field. The first hit of the day gave SEMO the 1-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the third. Road to the Women's College World Series begins. Louisiana and Southeast Mossuri doing battle right now, 1-0 SEMO. Later today, we'll see game number 2 as the 11th national seed takes on Chattanooga. A game set for 7 Eastern. Whoever advances out of this regional will match up with Arizona, the 6th national host over there in Tucson. Harvard, Colorado State, and Auburn in the regional with the Wildcats.
I gotta tell you, watching that video gave me chills.
Really, the way the World Series have played out over the past couple of seasons is Courtney Grimion gets the first hit of today's game for Louisiana.
Yeah, it catches her inside and she just muscles that ball out to center field.
To go back to my point, the way some of these World Series have played out over the past couple of seasons. Florida State winning a season ago. 2 seasons it was Oklahoma and Florida going 17 innings as Morgan Gray becomes the pinch runner for Louisiana. The year before that was a Oklahoma win again against Auburn. It's just been so exciting the way this sport has grown, and a chance to see every regional game on ESPN here over the next 3 weekends. What more can you ask for?
Not much. I mean, you know, it's come so far, and you know, to go back to the late 80s and early 90s, it's, you know, where you had fuzzy television, and it was, yeah, just a great catch here by third baseman Barnowski to make that play.
Think about what would have happened if that ball got over.
Oh yeah, tremendous play, because Gray would have definitely been at second and possibly third.
Barnowski, the junior third baseman, showing every limit of the bunt coverage.
But to go back, you know, back then it was you had the championship game on, and that was it, and you know, it was so blurry and terrible, and now to see how far it's come where every game is on TV or ESPN3, I mean, it makes me proud as a former player and playing in the World Series to see how far it's come, and to see, you know, how many programs have softball, how much parity, how much it's grown. I mean, it's really special.
1-on-1 down for Keely Milligan. Looking to put the bunt down, misses there. Count now 1-2. Milligan walked her first time up, and then was caught stealing, trying to go from second to third. It's the offering from Rook, high and outside the zone. Milligan 19 for 50 all time in NCAA tournament games. That's good for a batting average of .380 with 16 runs scored, 8 walks, and 6 stolen bases. You can increase that walk total to 9 with her bat in the first inning. Dribbles it left side, charging on is Messick. The throw won't get there in time, and Milligan explodes with the emotion that she finds herself on.
How about that speed by Milligan? I mean, you got shortstop Messick, who has to really charge this ball, throw on the run, but just too much speed by Milligan and beats it out.
Morgan Gray, the lead runner. 5 stolen bases, 15 runs scored for the junior college transfer from Blinn. Another bunt laid down. It's going to go right into the glove of Donald, who's going to make another great play throwing down to Messick. Take a look at this.
Yeah, it was a great play. Donald just pops up and makes a great throw over to Messick, covering third again. And, you know, I think that Coach Jerry Glasgow is arguing a little bit because Messick's tagged, but I think she was on the bag as well. So it was a force play, but, you know, Messick comes over, and as you can see, her foot is on the bag it looks like it anyways on the inside, but she makes the tag of Gray, who is heading from second to third.
So the lead runner dealt with. 2 on still on for Rawls. One more look as Donald's throw goes down to Messick covering the bag.
Yeah, she slides into Messick anyway, so I think that was a good call by the umpire with the out at third base.
Count 2-0 here to Julie Rawls. Julie was hit by a pitcher first time up. Leads the Ragin Cajuns with a .523 on base percentage. Also tops on the team, slugging at a .683 clip. Here's the 2-1 from Rook. Milligan now the lead runner at second. Cara Grimion, the runner at first. Ragin Cajun first baseman. And Rook's gonna walk Rawls to load the bases. And there's nobody you want coming to the plate more than the Sun Belt Player of the Year, Alyssa Dalton. Was 3 for 10 during the Sun Belt tournament, was named to the all-tournament team. All 3 of Dalton's RBI came with 2 outs. She's got a big opportunity here with the bases loaded.
She sure does, and just not something that you want to do as Rook, putting Rawls on base and having to face Dalton.
Good pitch there from Rook, finding the inside corner. Dalton hit a deep fly ball to left field. Junior from Cypress, Texas here stares at an 0-1 count. Puts it right back up the middle. She stays hot with 2 outs. 1 run scores. Here comes the second, and Louisiana's on top 2-1.
Well, you knew she was on fire coming into this tournament, and she didn't disappoint. Just takes the ball, drives it up the middle, and gives Louisiana 2 runs on the board. Just so consistent.
Easy money. Doesn't get much better than that.
Absolutely.
Putting it right through the gut of the defense. 2-1, Louisiana. She's going to give the missive to her teammates. Let's go. Native of Cypress, Texas, coming through again.
Well, and looking at her stats, she's not a home run hitter. She's just a consistent singles hitter. She's got 62 hits. So she puts the ball in play.
That's Dalton's 23rd two-out RBI of the season, which good for tops on the team. See if the two-out rally can continue here with Hudek at the plate. This junior shortstop done such a good job this year for the program. Chopper to second, chance to get out of the inning here. And Louisiana finds themselves on top as we head to the 4th inning. When we return, we're going to talk to head coach Jerry Glasgow. Lead over Southeast Mossuri. We're joined now by the head coach of the Ragin Cajuns, Gary Glasgow. Coach, 23 two-out RBIs for Alyssa Dalton. That takes some mental fortitude, doesn't it?
She's a really hard-nosed player. She's a great player, and she's, great defensively, great offensively. But one of the things that people understand is how tough she is with 2 out.
How about Ellison so far this game? 6 strikeouts, 1 long ball, but doesn't really matter, does it?
Yeah, they really, that's, I think, the only hard ball they've hit, and she had to go 1 and 2, and maybe we should have threw the change up there. And, she got 3 choices, and we went with the wrong pitch, apparently. And the girl put a beautiful swing on it and really hit that ball well out center field.
Well, Coach, you got the 2-1 lead. Appreciate your time. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There's Summer Ellison. Here's her numbers on the day. 3 innings, and like you said, Missy, the 1 mistake.
Yeah.
And it's a 1 on the board, right? Realistically, it's not a crooked number. Chance to let her offense go to work and put a couple up on, and now she's fine.
You got to score 1 anyways, so you got to score 1 to win, and with the offense that Louisiana has, I don't think that there was really a concern right now with that 1 home run.
Ellison, most wins in the NCAA with 37 on the year. Faces Addison Barnowski. Hard hit ball left side. Barnowski finds herself on to lead off the inning. Good piece of hitting here from the 3rd baseman.
Yeah, how about Barnowski? Such a talent for this Southeast Mossuri team, and just takes that ball and drives it into the 5-6 hole.
Brings up Parker Bandy. After a couple hitless innings, 2 teams with 3 apiece. Bandy showed bunt and then went with the tomahawk chop there, trying to put it in no man's land. Grounded out her first time up, now hitting .248 on the year. Ellison just the 1 run given up so far. She's given up 2 or fewer in 42 games this season. Ellison will jump out on top. 1 and 2 as Bandy unable to put that one in play. Bandy started her career at Illinois State. Started all but 4 games at second base for the Red Hawks. And Ellison picks up strikeout number 7. Sits Bandy down here for the first out of the 4th.
Yeah, that's a big strikeout for Ellison. Just knowing that you want to keep your runners limited, and she gets ahead, and then again Red Hawks not making an adjustment to some of her pitches.
Now Donald showing like she wants to move. The runner at first, Barnowski. Donald reached back in the second inning with the walk. Gets on base at a 322 clip. Ellison had her double thinking that pitch, and it drops right in there for a strike.
Well, Coach Mark Redburn just trying to get his players in scoring position by trying to get them to lay down the bunt to advance Barnowski at first base.
Not afraid to do the small ball, said you'll see both his team and Louisiana put down the bunt and run. Donald sends it over our head. Fouling it past the press box here at the Ole Miss softball complex. Count 1-2 to the catcher, Rachel Donald. Back-to-back strikeouts for Ellison. Puts 2 away here in the 4th frame.
Well, Coach Jerry Glasgow talks about how Summer Ellison can give them the best opportunity to win, and she's proven it.
The 1 run.
The 8 strikeouts.
The 1 run giving up the home run to Michaela Arianes. Other than that, 8 strikeouts, handling business.
Batting chair number 22, Madison Harris.
Coach Mark Redburn bringing a bat off the bench. Madison Harris, the junior from Imperial, Missouri. Hitting 175. They'd love to get something out of their junior here. She pinch hit in all 5 games of the Ohio Valley tournament. Was 0 for 5 in those appearances. Here's the 0-1 to Harris. She'll swing through it.
Ellison just really using that rise ball effectively today against the Red Hawks.
Walls tried framing that one up on the outside corner. It was close. Count moves to 1-2. Barnowski's going to head down to second base as that ball gets behind Rawls. Situation changes here for Madison Harris. A little bit of a head shake there from Rawls. Wanted to keep that one out in front of her.
Absolutely. A little base hit could score Barnowski from second base.
Ground ball left side picked up by Kara Grimion. What a play by Courtney Grimion. The sisters go from one corner to the other for out number 3. Keeps Louisiana on top 2-1. When we return, we'll talk to head coach Mark Redburn on the other side of this break. Welcome back to the Ole Miss softball complex. Game 1 of the Oxford Regional between SEMO and Louisiana. The Ragin Cajuns on top 2-1. Joined now by the head coach of the Southeast Mossuri Red Hawks, Mark Redburn. Coach, you got the solo shot from Michaela, but otherwise, Summer Ellison, 8 strikeouts. What's the game plan to figuring her out?
Yeah, we just got to do a better job of, leaving her pitches off the plate and attacking pitches in the zone. And we had a chance there in that last inning, and we just didn't do a very good job of moving our runner over. So gave ourselves a chance, but we just got to execute better at the plate.
Rachel Rook comes out and struggles a little bit in the opening, but seems to have settled down. What are your thoughts so far?
Yeah, she's, not quite at her best right now, and, she's still young and everything, but this is a great experience for her, and she kind of locked it in there a little bit, but, we don't have much more time to kind of give to her. So we're going to see how she goes right here, but we may have to make a change.
All right, Coach, appreciate your time. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
There's the numbers on Rachel so far. 3 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs coming in the 3rd inning. Facing a dangerous opponent here in Raina O'Neill. Six, 7, 8 due up for the Ragin Cajuns. O'Neill 0 for 1 with the ground out back in the 2nd inning. Raina started her college career at Texas Tech. Started 55 games back in 2017. Was on the Big 12 all-freshman team, and you see why as she puts this one in the gap in right center. A great play in center by Anderson, and that'll erase the base hit.
Is she something special or what? She is just such a leader on this team. She gets a great jump, cuts off this ball into right center field, makes a perfect throw to second base to get O'Neill out at second.
I mean, it wasn't close.
It wasn't close. I mean, and that ball is in front of you. As a base runner, you have to see that. And I don't know that Coach Jerry Glasgow was very pleased with O'Neill's decision to go to second.
Well, after the ball was sent out into the gap, that will be it for Rachel Rook. Haley Thogmartin comes off the bench and will take the circle. We'll tell you more about the ace when we return to Oxford. So Haley Thogmartin takes over for Southeast Mossuri. The first pitch she throws in is grounded left side. It's snagged by Barnowski for out number 2. So 1 pitch, 1 out for the senior Haley Thogmartin. Hails from St. Louis, Missouri, the first 20-win pitcher in Red Hawks D1 history. She's got a career-high 22 wins on the season, making her 42nd appearance in 2019.
Yeah, she's really the cog to the wheel of the staff. She throws 62 to 63. She's got a rise, a curve, a change. She likes to work ahead, and we see that right there.
2 pitches, 2 outs for Haley Thogmartin. Southeast Missouri trails it 2-1 as we head to the 5th inning. You're watching the NCAA Softball Regionals presented by Capital One. What a game we've gotten so far in the first game of the Oxford Regional. Southeast Missouri trailing Louisiana 2-1. They'll bring up Gallo, the home run hitter, Arianis, and Messick as we start the 5th inning of action. It's the only 9 teams this year won 45 or more games. 2 of them are playing right here.
Right. And we talked about that earlier before the broadcast, and it's amazing. So you knew it was going to be a good game, and so far,
it's lived up to its billing.
That's right.
Here's Claudia Gallo. She struck out back in the 3rd inning, one of Summer Ellison's 8 Ks in this game. We talk about this sport a bunch, Missy, being a game of adjustments. Top 5, it's time to adjust to what Summer Ellison is doing.
We must be, mind reading here, because I was just thinking that, when talking to Coach Mark Redburn, they have to find the adjustment for Summer Ellison and her rise ball and the different pitches that she's been getting him out on. And you can hear him at third base, Coach Mark Redburn, saying, stay on top of it, stay on top of it. So, it's time.
Goes low and away that time. Gallo goes golfing for it, comes up empty-handed. Gallo was 4 for 13 over the OVC tournament. 5 runs, 3 strikeouts, hit a home run against Eastern Kentucky. Leadoff runner aboard for SEMO as Gallo takes the bag at first. Second walk issued by Ellison.
Oh, and great job by Gallo to work the count and get a walk out of that at bat.
Well, there's a 1-up on the board because of the bat of number 7, Michaela Arianes. Hit her 9th home run of the season. And with no outs here, we'll see if she can help get her teammate in scoring position.
Well, when they had a runner on first last inning, they tried to advance by laying down a bunt and weren't successful. So wondering if he's going to do that this time.
We'll see if she puts down a bunt or she swings it like she did here. It doesn't get much prettier than that. A deep fly ball to right center field, giving her team an early 1-0 lead. Louisiana would bounce back, put 2 more up on the board in the bottom half of that frame. So now it's Arianes' turn to try to give her team a lead again or maybe tie it up.
Well, and Coach Mark Redburn's just trying to get runners in scoring position, playing for that 1 run, giving his team a chance to score on a base hit.
The 1-2. Give Ellison 9 strikeouts to match the number on the back of the uniform. That's out number 1 here in the 5th. One of the best pitchers in the country, Summer Ellison, 37 wins, and it'll help when you can sit batters down left and right.
Oh, absolutely, and she has been their horse, and again, talking to Coach Jerry Glasgow yesterday, they're going to ride her as long as they can. He said, I'm coaching like they coached 25 years ago. You find a pitcher and you ride her until she's no longer able.
Well, Gallo's going to end up down at second base as the Messick's bunt attempt misses, and Rawls wasn't able to glove it. Good opportunity now for SEMO.
Yeah, because obviously the bunt attempts weren't working out, so the pass ball definitely helps Southeast Mossuri State. Now they need a little base hit to possibly tie this ball game up.
Ellison stays attacking the zone. Count 0-2 to Messick's. Just off the plate outside. First ball of the at-bat. Ragin Cajun dugout looks on as their ace continues to go to work.
Great discipline there by Messick's. Summer Ellison staying away. You wonder if at any point during this at bat she'll come inside and challenge Messick's.
Comes inside there, but Messick's fouls it off, stays alive. These two teams met back in February of 2016 down in Gulf Shores, Alabama. Then 11th ranked Louisiana won the game 8-0. Sarah Messick's was a part of the program then, was 0 for 2 in the game. She's 0 for 2 here, trying to change that with a runner in scoring position. Sends it right back into the glove of Summer Ellison. She didn't have to move at all and made the grab.
No, just stuck her glove up and popped right in. Great job by Summer Ellison. Just such a mainstay out in the circle for these Ragin' Cajuns.
Have a circle visit here with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position as Mike Roberts comes out of the dugout to talk to his infield. Roberts, the pitching coach, associate head coach for Louisiana, comes down from Buffalo where he was the head coach, and he was tasked by Jerry Glasgow to give a little bit of an analysis on Summer Ellison when he got on campus. And what did he say? She's good. We're good.
Yeah.
We got it.
He said he just talked about how well she spun the ball. Just such a tremendous pitcher. And he said there wasn't really much for me to do. I came down here and expecting to have to make adjustments, and nope, we're good. We're good.
Coach Glasgow said, it's easy to take a special player and make her worse. It's hard to take a special player and make her better, and that is what Mike Roberts has done with Summer Ellison here in 2019. It's very understandable why he would come out in this moment.
Oh, absolutely. Facing Anderson, the best player on this Red Hawk softball team. You want to be smart here.
Has a program record 81 hits this season. As you can see that right there, just increased that total to 81 on the campaign. They'd love for hit number 82 right here, wouldn't they?
Oh, absolutely, and a base hit's going to score. And she's been on base twice, so she knows what to expect.
As much as Ellison attacked the zone with some other batters here, working away, trying to not give Anderson something she can put in the gap.
Well, you never want to lose to your best player, or to the opponent's best player, and Rachel Anderson is definitely the Red Hawks' best player.
This one's going back towards the wall over the center fielder's head. Rachel Anderson trying to stretch it to 3. Wasn't stopping the whole way. 2-2.
What did I just say? You never want to lose to an opponent's best player, and Summer Ellison puts that ball in there, and Rachel Anderson just drives it over the head of center fielder O'Neill for a triple. And she didn't hesitate. Full head of steam going into third base.
Coach Mark Redburn says Rachel Anderson prepares every day like it's the biggest moment of her career. And she showed exactly why there, tying this ball game up in 2 as we head to the bottom half of the 5th. 2019 Oxford Regional, the number 11 national seed Ole Miss will be getting their postseason tournament underway against Chattanooga later on today. But right now, what a game between Louisiana and Sotheast Mossuri, all tied up at 2. We'll have the action for you all weekend long from Oxford right here with the ESPN app. So far, so good for Haley Thogmartin. Entered the game in the previous inning through 2 pitches, got 2 ground outs. And Missy Dickerson, she's going to look to keep things rolling, and we got a tie ball game.
Absolutely. Wow is all I have to say. It's been just amazing to watch.
Cassidy Shomo lined out in her first at bat.
Yeah, that was that amazing play by Bratnowski at third base that got her on the bunt attempt.
Tried to sacrifice a runner over, and it almost worked out popping it over Barnowski's head, but she showed the reflexes off. And now Thogmartin's ahead 0-2. Thogmartin was first team All-Ohio Valley Conference this season. The 4th most wins in single season history. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. She's off to a hot start.
She just comes into this ball game and takes over. That's why she's a 20-game winner.
Coach Redburn said she wants the ball. And they go with Rachel Rook to begin this game. You see the knee brace on her left leg, has been dealing with knee and ankle issues since she arrived on campus, and you wonder if it's a longevity thing. You want to keep her fresh, but right now, I mean, another ground out she is dealing.
I don't think she cares. I think she just wants to be out there and just do whatever she can to make her team be successful.
We talked about how close teams are and how much success they have. Another word that's going to come up a bunch, Missy, this weekend and moving forward, senior.
Oh, yeah.
Win or go home kind of mentality as you advance into a tournament.
Well, you know, in talking to Coach Mark Redburn yesterday, he talked about how relaxed this team is, and that's one of the things that is huge for them. They come out, they play relaxed, they play like they've been playing all season long, and you can see it. You can't tell that this program hasn't been to the NCAA tournament in 20 years.
Whole squad up on the edge of the dugout. So far, 9 pitches and 4 outs for Thogmartin. And she's ahead 1-2 facing Kara Grimion. Grimion, the other player who got to see action in that 2016 meeting. She was 0 for 2 as well, starting at third base. Senior lays off that pitch just off the plate. Grimion 55 starts this season. Got all of that one, just sent it way to the left. Kara, a .322 hitter. Sitting on 198 career hits. Here's the 2-2 from Thogmartin. What a battle here between a pair of seniors.
Yeah, and that ball didn't miss by much.
Two down. Payoff pitch on the way from Thogmartin. That'll be the first base runner that Haley's given up as Grimion reaches base for the second time. Grimion speedy, 24 stolen bases, stealing a 92% rate. Scored 48 runs on the season. See what Julie Rawls can do with a runner on and 2 outs. Hasn't gotten to swing the bat much yet, hit by a pitch and walked for the team's leader in slugging percentage. First team All Sun Belt Conference in year number 1 with the squad from Lafayette. One RBI away from 50 here on the campaign. She's also got 10 home runs. It's amazing how players develop. Rawls' honorable mention Southland a season ago, hitting .296. Moves over to play with the Ragin Cajuns, ups that batting average a good chunk. Finds herself on the first team all-conference list.
Well, I think that goes back to just the ability of Jerry Glasgow to get these hitters to just be that much better.
Count will be 2-2 when Rawls gets back in the box. Runner on first is Kara Grimion. Thogmartin looking for out number 3. And she'll get it with the strikeout. Thogmartin putting in work out in the circle for Southeast Mossuri. Barnowski, Bandy, Donald due up for the Redhawks. Barnowski has started all 62 games for SEMO on the year. Junior from O'Fallon, Illinois. She's showing off the plate discipline here.
Yeah, I was just going to say a nice at bat by Barnowski so far.
Her 308 hitter. And that'll be double-digit strikeouts for Summer Ellison. Gives the Ragin Cajuns one here in the 6th.
Yeah, just swings right underneath it. And great job by Summer Ellison.
Ellison's numbers: 4 hits, 2 walks, 10 strikeouts. The freshman from Columbia, Illinois, Chelsea Pena. 226 on the year. Was 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter against Eastern Kentucky earlier this year. That's 100 pitches thrown here for Ellison. 66 strikes, 34 balls. Again, has 10 strikeouts on the afternoon. Facing the bat off the bench.
And you know, so many people go, oh my goodness, that's 100 pitches. How do you keep her in the ball game? Well, you know, she's been throwing that all season, and it's the natural motion of the arm, so it's not like it's putting a strain. It's a lot different underhand than it is for a baseball pitcher and throwing overhand.
And if you are concerned, get your calculators out, because Summer Ellison is going to be hitting somewhere around 100 pitches every game during this tournament. They are not afraid to ride her. They've done it throughout large stretches of this season.
And how many games has she thrown this year?
This game here is her 47th appearance, 42nd start. She's pitched in 507 innings in her college career coming into this tournament. And she'll get Pena to bloop out.
And she wants the ball.
Well,
I mean, that's what they said. Mike Roberts said yesterday, and Jerry Glasgow said yesterday. She wants the ball. She wants to be out there, and she gives them the best opportunity to win these ball games.
Top 5 in ERA, number 1 in wins, 3rd in strikeouts. I mean, all across the board nationally, and her coaching staff said there's not too many Power 5 programs that Summer Ellison wouldn't start for. Right on cue, she'll get the fly out to center field for the 3rd out of the inning. We're still all knotted up at 2, heading to the home half of the 6th. Been unveiled: Alabama, Georgia, Mizzou, and South Carolina. That'll all get going in February of 2020. Make sure you head to St. Pete Clearwater EliteInvite.com for more information.
And I watched some of those games, and it was like a mini World Series. It was such a great tournament.
And where else would you rather be on February 13th than down in beautiful sunny Florida?
Oh, and especially Clearwater, where white sand beaches are just gorgeous.
South Austin, Missy Dickerson here, as Alyssa Dalton tries to square up a bunt and head down to first. It'll be a foul ball. She'll have to come all the way down the base paths and try it again.
Well, she got the base hit that scored the 2 runs to put Louisiana up on the board in the 3rd inning.
hitting .404 on the season. Her 42nd and 43rd runs batted in. She's been so good with 2 outs. We'll see what she does here in the leadoff spot, where on the season she's hitting .514.
And as we talked about, she's just a contact hitter. She's got 62 hits, and she only has 5 strikeouts. Just an amazing presence at the plate.
Puts that one down left side. No play to be made. Dalton the board with no outs.
And again, just a nice bunt. Just an amazing athlete. Just puts the ball in play, gives her team an opportunity.
You mentioned her strikeout numbers, the 16th toughest batter to strike out in the country. But it doesn't get any easier with Sarah Hudek stepping to the plate. She'll lay down the bunt as well. It won't clear the batter's box. She'll have to come back down. Hudek, newcomer of the year in the Sun Belt, first team all-conference. She's all tournament at the Sun Belt tourney. 2 for 8 with a home run. She's behind 0-2. Thogmartin ahead 0-2. The Ragin Cajuns swept the awards in the Sun Belt Conference. Dalton Player of the Year, Ellison Pitcher of the Year. Hudek, the only one of those 4 yet to have an impact in this game. With nobody out, Dalton on. Big opportunity here for the outfielder.
Thogmartin working the outside part of the plate, trying to get Hudek to bite. Not having any of it.
Count even 2-2. Hudek, a .345 hitter. Here's the pitch. Looped up, heading towards the dugout. A grab made by Barnowski, and that'll keep the runner over at first. Nothing but impressed so far with the performance by Thogmartin in the circle, Missy.
Absolutely. She's done a great job to work the outside part of the plate against Hudek, and Hudek finally bit on that last one, got her to pop out to third baseman Barnowski.
1.73 ERA this season, best in the Ohio Valley. Here's what she's done since entering the game. 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs, with 2 strikeouts and a walk. Right back up the middle goes O'Neal. With 1 out, the Cajuns have 2 on.
Well, that's O'Neal's second hit of the day. She got that base hit to right center field that Anderson made a great play on. This time, drives the ball, first pitch swinging, drives the ball up the middle for her second base hit.
What do you say, Lexi Como? 2 on, 1 out. 0 for 2. But a big stick in the bottom half of this lineup. '55th game played, 45th start for Como.
Well, you talked about her performance in the regionals last year, and you can see why she's in the lineup as the DP.
308 last season in the Baton Rouge Regional. 6 runs, 7 runs batted in. She's putting this one out in left field. It's going to drop, and then it's bobbled. Around third comes Dalton, and once again, Louisiana's back on top here in Oxford.
Well, just a great job by Como to put this ball in play, and Gallo bobbles it, and that little bobble gives Dalton the opportunity to come around and score from second. But a heads-up play by first baseman Ellis to throw it to second base to get O'Neill out. O'Neill rounds the bag just a little bit too much.
So Jerry Glasgow unhappy with the call. He's discussing that with Laura Nesteriak, the second base umpire. You're right, Missy, after that ball dropped. O'Neill came around third. And look how far off the bag she was. The throw from Ellis into Bandy, the tag applied.
Yeah, and just a great job by Ellis. It just such a heads-up play, and we've seen a lot of her defense today so far. She's done a tremendous job, and that saved potentially another run. Because now, rather than having runners at first and second, you have a runner at first and 2 outs.
Courtney Grimion, the batter. 350 this season, 5 home runs, 31 runs batted in.
And just to kind of expand on that, I don't know if our viewers have noticed, but the NCAA for Division I this year has gone to 4 umpires. And the reason being is because the committee felt, the Division I softball committee felt that there was a lot of plays that were being missed because umpires were getting out of position. So the reason for the 4th umpire. So you have a mainstay now at second base, and you can see in that play right there, she was right on top of it to make that call. Laura Nestrak.
And there are no video replays here. The SEC tournament actually tested that out. Grimion rolls one to short. Messick deals with it for the 3rd and final out, but Louisiana back on top. They lead it 3-2, heading to the 7th inning. Reinecker, a native of St. Louis, Missouri, played in 4 games against opponents in the OVC tournament. She was 0 for 4.
I think Coach Mark Redburn is just trying to find somebody who is going to figure out at the bottom of the lineup Summer Ellison.
Count will be 2-2 when Reinecker comes back down the first base line. Ellison, 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 10 strikeouts. They'll call catcher interference on Rawls. And Reinecker's going to take her bag. One more look at this, Missy.
Yeah, just Rawls reaches out there instead of letting the ball come to her and pays the price.
Remember, Rawls, who has done such a tremendous job this season being the catcher for Louisiana, is a converted outfielder. First time she's played this in her career.
Yeah, and they asked her because they had an injury, and Coach Jerry Glasgow said, would you mind catching? And she was, heck no, I'll put me back there. I'll do whatever I have to do for the team. And that's what she's done. And unfortunately, this mistake give Southeast Missouri State a runner.
Women's College World Series returns to Oklahoma City. The action begins Thursday, May 30th at 12 p.m. Eastern, live on ESPN. For more information on the 2019 Women's College World Series, go to ncaa.com, the official online home for all 90 NCAA championships. Another pinch hitter for SEMO. It's the Nina Martin. We'll see if the Red Hawks can successfully execute this sacrifice bunt. They've had some trouble with it so far today.
Yeah, I had a coach that used to yell at us and say if can't bunt, can't win, and they're really struggling trying to lay down the bunt today against Louisiana.
Martin misses here. 214 hitter for the native of Northridge, California. Just her 17th career at bat, but who knows her better than her coaching staff? Might be the best bunter on the team.
Absolutely.
Here's the 1-1. Just like that, there'll be 2 strikes.
Well, as a coach, it used to frustrate me when my players couldn't get the bunts down. Granted, it might be a little old school, but it allows your runners an opportunity to get put into scoring position, and it's something that every hitter ought to be able to do.
Well, this was Martin's first at bat since April 17th. You want to talk about tough situations that you have to inherit. We're going to have a re-entry or a substitution here. It'll be a re-entry.
Yeah.
Claudia Gallo comes back in, and it's like coming into a game with some runners in scoring position. You got the 1-2 count.
Exactly, and I think it just goes to show that Coach Mark Redburn's getting frustrated with the fact that his team isn't executing.
Well, here we go. Gallo's going to have to keep it off her shoulder. Here's the 1-2. Lifted in foul territory, right side. Long run for Milligan. She won't get there.
Well, and I'm not sure if you were Milligan, if you really wanted to make that catch anyways, going away from the play would allow Reinecker to possibly advance to second base.
Reinecker has stolen 6 bases this season, scored 13 runs. She's able to score her 14th on the season. We're extending this game. The 1-2 from Ellison. Right down the middle of the plate. Strikeout number 11.
Wow, just a great job by Summer Ellison. She just lays it in there, and I don't know what Gallo was expecting, but whatever she was expecting, it didn't happen, and another strikeout for Ellison.
One away. And we're going to have a meeting in the circle as Mike Roberts makes his way back out.
Well, and the last time Mike Roberts went out, that was when Anderson was up to bat, and you would think that the discussion would be smart here, don't make a mistake. You know, Arianis hit the home run that gave the lead to the Red Hawks to begin with, so I'm sure he's telling her the same thing. So he's hoping that it'll be a different outcome than it was with Anderson.
Well, this has been a fun battle all game long. Arianis hit the home run in the third, as you said, then her next time up struck out. Roberts heads back to the dugout. Here's the first pitch of the at-bat to Arianis.
Well, you wonder if he was going to bunt. He's been trying to advance his runners all game, and having his one of his stars, Arianis, on up to the plate.
Tried to check her swing, caught a piece of that ball. So she's behind 0-2. Getting the support from the OVC Coach of the Year.
Ellison shook off that last pitch and went right after Arianis.
Count stays at 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 12 for Ellison.
Wow, another shake off and just goes right after Arianis, and this time gets her swinging right underneath it. Great job by Summer Ellison. She knows what's working for her.
6 2/3, just 4 hits and the 2 runs given up. Looking for her 38th win on the season. And she's 1 out away from it.
SEMO down to their last out, and Summer Ellison has gotten Messick's twice swinging. I think you'll see that she's going to go right after Messick's again.
2 Ks and a line out. There's the 1-1. Now back down to their final strike now. Ellison works her magic again. Strikeout number 13, her 38th win on the season. The Ragin Cajuns have won 28 straight, and they'll advance to the next round of the winner's bracket.
Just a tremendous job by Summer Ellison. You knew that she was going to throw this game. You knew that Coach Jerry Glasgow was going to ride her through this tournament, and she came out and wow, tremendous job.
3-2, the final score here in game number 1. Now the Ragin Cajuns await the winner of Ole Miss Chattanooga, which is coming up next on the ESPN app with ESPN3. Southeast Missouri State now in their losers bracket. They're 1 loss away from their season coming to an end. What a game we had here in game number 1. We're excited for the rest of the action here from the Oxford Regional. For Missy Dickerson, I'm Seth Austin saying so long from Oxford. Final score, Louisiana 3, SEMO 2. You can watch this entire game on replay as well as other on our family of ESPN networks by logging on to watchespn.com or by downloading the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.